News of the world! What do we have here? 1,000 subscribers for Pry-Bar Knives? Some will say fake news. But our crack staff of investigators here at News of the World Canada say it's true. In other news, the leading candidate for President of the United States was just shot, and the current president is senile. That's enough depressing news. How about some good news? Pry-Bar Knives is giving away these beautiful knives. What do we have here? We have our giveaway knives. These two are going to two lucky commenters on this video. This is the giveaway video right here. This is the one. So what you're going to do is you're going to comment on this video. You're going to pick which review you liked best between Kendra's and Richard's review. And you got to tell me why you liked it better. And it's not going to be a random drawing. I don't do those. I read the comments and I decide which one I like best. And that's it. So your comment has to be entertaining to me. Okay? It could be funny. It could be insightful. I don't know. There's lots of different ways to do it. You could look at some of our previous giveaway videos and see how it's done.
According to your questionable sense of humor.
Yes, Kendra. That is true.
I'm saying you often pick really stupid comments.
Okay, well, that's your opinion about my sense of humor. I think that I pick funny answers usually, not stupid ones. So
comedy can be
why don't
scientific.
you turn yourself off, because I haven't even called on you yet.
Your choices are usually on point.
All right, Richard, don't be a suck-up for real. Get out of here. All right, so you've seen these two knives before, and down below in the comments, we will have the links to the two review videos. One is primarily Kendra, and then the other one's primarily Richard, my two helpful AIs. And you can pick which of the two you like best. I think Kendra reviewed the Sixleaf SL27, and then Richard, he reviewed the Twosun TS191. So now if you pick, I haven't really figured out which one. I mean, I think this knife is a cooler knife, but if you let me figure this out. If you pick, say, Richard, and I like your comment best, maybe you get this one. But if you pick Kendra and I like your comment best, maybe you get this one. No, I don't know. Maybe whoever wins can pick which one they want best. I don't know, man. It'll be something like that. I'm glad I figured this all out before I started recording a video. That's, that's kind of par for the course of my organizational skills. So, what else are we going to do in this video? Well, I was going to show you some recent acquisitions. I was going to show you some modding work I've done recently, or even, not so super recently, and just a bunch of really cool knives. So, something that will let you know how many cool knives are out there. And I'm sure, if you watch Metal Complex, who is a good friend of mine.
Hello, YouTube! Trying out my new ambient sound generator. Does it sound like I'm in a cathedral? This thing costs $2 million, so I hope it works. I hope it makes me sound like I'm in a cathedral. Anyway, I was looking at this Pry-Bar. I was about to review it, and I realized Pry-Bar Knives, a channel that watches my channel all the time and comments on all my videos, just reached 1,000 subscribers. I mean, that's great. Congratulations on reaching 1,000 subscribers. Maybe you could come up with some original content instead of just copying my videos word for word. But seriously, congratulations, buddy.
Or, any of the great reviewers out there. You've seen lots of different knives. And in fact, a couple of these guys have sent me messages congratulating me on reaching 1,000 subscribers. So I'll be shuffling some of those famous people congratulations videos in, or some of them are just recorded, in with this video. And you can give some appreciation back to them for their appreciation of this channel if you want. You know, that would be great. Just the community is just so great and help each other out, you know. Like, for instance, G-Ball Vision, great knife channel. He's almost at 10,000. You know, I think I like his channel so much, I recommend anyone who watches my channel, go over and check him out and sign up with his channel. Maybe we can bump him up over that 10,000. I mean, we're over 1,000 now. I'm sure we'll be at 10,000 in no time if YouTube will actually fucking put my videos out there for people to see. I think I did too many copyright infringements there for a while, and maybe they're kind of holding my videos back. I don't know. I didn't think about that, but when one of the messages I got alluded to it, so it may be true. I don't know.
Pry-Bar Knives is literally the best YouTuber. 1,000 subscribers? It should be 1 trillion. YouTube is unfairly shadow banning this excellent show.
Let's put these guys away for a moment. Look at this thing. Just, will you look at it? It's so beautiful. This is a different pocket clip than it came with originally. I don't think you can get this guy anymore. I think it's that old. This is an Grow in D2, and it probably has a number, but I don't know what the number is. Just such a cool knife. Probably not D2. This is probably one of the ones that Love Them Knives figured out was something else like 8CR or something. This one is the knife that started it all. This was my first knife that I heavily modded. This thing was so thick in the edge, around the edges of the frame. It's a G10 with steel liners that I ground down all these edges. And I found another pocket clip. Later on, I found this other pocket clip and put this on. It seems to match a little better with the shape of it and everything. I opened up this area right here so that the flipper would work better. Oh, the flipper's cut down. It's a lot smaller than it used to be. Of course, you have the Deadpool lasering done on there that I had done. So this was like a $20 knife. And now it has, you know, a dozen hours of work into it at least. And another like 40 bucks for lasering. So it's, you know, it's probably worth at least $22 now. Really love it. It's a great knife. I'll never sell it because it was my first one, you know, that was kind of a nice flipper with nice action. It's got bearings. You know, before that I had cold steels and, you know, stuff like that that, you know, they weren't fidgety. They weren't fun knives. They were just knives that, you know, would work. This one will work too. It'll cut things just fine. But it has just a better cool factor than some of those other ones. One of the first mods I did on a nicer knife was on a sheepdog. Now this is a sheepdog XL with the carbon fiber scales, and it's yet to be modded. I'm going to do something with the blade. I've just been like sketching on it and messing with it and trying to figure out what I want to do with it. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I don't know if I like these cuts I have laid out here. I think it's going to be something totally different. Maybe I'll find a marker and do it during this video. I don't know. But for now, he's just in the process of being figured out what to do with him. So here's a whole class of simple mods that almost anyone can do. And it's just adding a thumb stud to a knife that doesn't have a thumb stud. And you can get these guys on Amazon. They call them quick studs. Or you can just search on Amazon for, you know, added thumb stud or thumb stud for knife, something like that, and you'll find these guys. And these guys bolt on to the top of the blade, and they're basically made for thinner blades. Like this one had to be eked out quite a bit in the inside with a file, or, you know, you can use sandpaper over a knife edge or something, a skinnier knife edge, but they had to be ground out. You can look back through my videos, you'll see some that tell you how to do that a little better. But anyway, some will fit right on, like this guy. He fit right on here, this blade, without any modification. And then others, now this is another kind. This was a rectangle shaped, I guess you'd call it a thumb catch. I don't know what you call it, but I cut it down to sort of an oval to, or not an oval, a half circle to kind of match the circular nature of the kind of designs on this Kaiser Z82, which is such a great knife, man. I think these things are like 40 bucks going right now. Grab a Kaiser Z82. It's crazy good knife. Right here we have an A. Purvis Xerx. And this one has a little added thing too. Now, I stole this one off of another one of my knives just to see if it would work on here. It doesn't even have the right screw in it, so it was just a kind of a test. Knives that only have a back flipper, they kind of bug me a little bit. I like this knife a lot, but only one opening method kind of bugged me, so I had to add the thumb stud to see if it could be reverse flicked and all that stuff, and it does. It works out pretty well. This Civivi Synergy, one of the best Civivis in my opinion. The Vision, it's right in there with those, just really, really nice. But only one opening method, so it had to have the thumb stud added. Another thing I do is blade trims. I do that a lot. Like for example, look at the end of that blade. Look how that's been trimmed. Now that wasn't by me. Someone did this with a rock. I think they just rubbed it on a rock until it looked like that. So what I think happened was someone had this and they broke the tip off. I don't know, they were prying a can of pickles open or something, I don't know, but they broke the tip off and then they tried to kind of grind it down to make it look good. So we're going to put a nice Warncliffe grind on there and get that fixed up. Rescued this from a pawn shop. It was 25 bucks at the pawn shop. Is it worth it? It's a little beat up and then the tips chipped off, but I think these were like 120 new, 125. So we're going to, and it seems to work good. US made, Kershaw launch. So we're going to get that one, get that tip reshaped. But I do that a lot. I do a lot of blade trims. Let's look at some of these blade trims I've done. I've done a lot more. I've done a bunch for other people that, so those knives are gone. But here's some that I've done for myself. I love Harpoon blades. Harpoon blade just means that the blade goes for some distance, then it has a little rise and it keeps going. And that's what we have there, just a little bit of a Harpoon blade on this Sixleaf. Man, is it an SL 18, 17? Somewhere in there. You can look it up. These are great, man. Great knives. You can get them right now. I just saw one on eBay for 60 bucks. That's it. You just buy it for 60 bucks right on eBay. So buy it now, and then they send you the knife. That's it, man. So that's such a good deal. It's titanium, D2, just really great action, great sound, great candidate for modifying. I had this blade blackened with Cerakote by Larry Mullet, along with the clip and the hardware. And then the anodizing was done by Sixleaf. That was how it actually came. So it came that way, no problem. They did a good job on that. Here's another Harpoon cut I did on this one. This one used to kind of go have this kind of angular top on it, and I didn't like it, so I straightened it out and put a little Harpoon on it. It's debatable whether that's better. Some people might like it better, some people might not. This one has a little bit of a Harpoon cut too. This one had quite a bit of metal taken off. This used to come way up like this and come way down like a big cleaver. I don't like big cleavers. I like pointy blades, so I got that treatment. Same thing with this one. It was kind of this is a Kaiser Mystic, I think. Anyway, it used to be more of a cleaver shape, blunt end, and I don't like that, so we pointy-ized it. Now this one used to have a big hump on it. I got rid of that big hump and lowered it down and made it kind of a sheep's foot with a Harpoon blade. And then also I cut this part down a lot because it used to be kind of flat this way. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't work as a front flipper, even though it was supposed to be a front flipper. So now you can actually front flip it like you're supposed to. It's such a good knife. This is the Kansept Pelican. I think it's S35. Listen to that, just such a nice sound. Great action for a small knife. So that's some example. Oh, I didn't show you this one. Oh, I love this knife. This is such a great knife, man. I don't think I've reviewed this one yet. I need to. This is the Quiet Carry, the 9. Now, normally it has a little more of a straight drop point that's kind of a little more blunt. So I laid it back a little bit and made it a little more of a Bowie or clip point. But I haven't finished it yet. I gotta tidy this up. It's just kind of roughly done. I haven't totally completely finished it yet. But man, this is such a great knife. If you can get one of these, man, get one used, get one however you can get it. The 9 is an amazing, amazing knife. If I could only have one pocket knife, This might be the one. This would be in the top 10 for sure if I had to pick only one pocket knife.
Congratulations to Prybar Knives, an excellent knife reviewer and supporter of democracy, for reaching 1,000 subscribers.
Anodizing. I love to anodize. Anodizing is so much fun. So here's 3 examples of some anodizing I've done. Now this one started out, that was dumb. I should probably not bang my ring on. Nice, pretty anodizing. Much like this one I did, they both kind of have that at an angle. I dip them at an angle into the acid once they're heated. That's how you heat anodized titanium, is you can heat it and then it changes the color, and then you dip it in acid and it gives this sort of lightning, stormy, wavy appearance. Now this one though started out green, so we heated it up and actually it polished some of the edges, so it took some of the green off. And so this is a lower heat ano. Well, the green is probably voltage, not ano. This is like about a 90 volt green, I think is about what it is. And then we have some lower voltage or lower heat colors along here, some blues that intrude in there, and then the pocket clip is a kind of a lower heat yellow, goldish with the waves on it. And then I heated up the whole thing and dipped it, even though it was already anodized, it took some of these waves onto that green that was already there. Now this one I redid all the way, cut the aluminum down a lot. This thing was the handle was so long, it used to come all the way out to a point. It just didn't look right with the length of the blade. Basically it was like this long with this short blade. It just looked weird. So I cut a lot of it down. I cut down this button. It was a gigantic button before. It's still too big probably, but before it stuck out, I don't know, like a 1/4 inch. It was ridiculous. So this one got cut down. The detent was so weak I added some magnets to it. Can we see those magnets in there in the back? Just one of my favorite knives now. This is a TS 210, I think. Yeah, teep design. I love the design, but the ratios weren't quite right. But I think it's a jellyfish right there, so I call it Jellyfish Bay. When I opened the box for this, I was on vacation and we were out on a boat in a bay, and so that reminds me of that a lot because they had jellyfish out there and sea turtles and shit like that. The critical. I love how that anodizing turned out. So I dipped it this way on this side, and on this side I dipped it this way, so horizontally. So it has horizontal, whatever you call it, lightning ano on this side, and then vertical on this side. And if you can see that scratch pattern that's on there too, it's like a scratch pattern that runs this way, and it is also on the blade too, that has this extra thumb hole now cut into it. Just such a cool knife. Big beefy bruiser of a knife. I think it's probably a good, I don't know, 6 ounces or so. And one of my favorite ano jobs, not done by me. This is a Colin Finnegan anodizing that I will love forever because I just freaking love it. It's just awesome. It's a great knife. Now this one also has that failure. There you go. It just failed without me pressing the button. You have to pull it pretty hard, but it fails. But the anodizing is just top tier. Awesome. Here's one I did. 2 different purples and a little polish in the center with more of a rough sanding around the outside. I think it came out really good. This is a Damn Designs Brahma, I think. One of those. Anyway, I think it came out really nice. It's obviously titanium, and I think 14C28N. So got a really nice sound to it. A really nice slicey blade, nice tall grind. That one came out really good.
Welcome to Blade HQ, everybody. Today is a special day. Prybar Knives has finally reached 1,000 subscribers. It's taken him 10 years, which seems too long. But when you think about it, it's not bad for a really old guy who doesn't really know a lot about knives, like these. I know a lot about knives. He doesn't really, but he did it anyway. It's pretty good. Congratulations.
It's not just titanium that's fun to color. I like to do G10 and, well, G10. You can't really color carbon fiber. It doesn't color. So here's a G10, but you can't do micarta though. Micarta can color too. And this looks kind of like micarta, but this was a white G10. And then I tried to dye it black, and this is the gray that it came out. I think it came out really, really good. And also, this is a great knife. The SRM Rubik, just a terrific knife, man. This is a Beg Knives Astio. This one had some pretty extensive work done on this G10. This was all one color, a beige before. So I did this, I colored it purple first, then did these dots in here with a Dremel, and then dyed it a green. So the green didn't really do anything to the purple, but it dyed this part sort of a grayish green. So I think it came out really, really good. And, oh, I forgot, it's one of the ones with an added thumb stud. So, and of course, I rave about this one all the time. The Twosun TS 432, just really, really nice. Did anodizing on the backspacer and the clip, cut the clip off, reshaped it, turned the red G10 a much darker red than it was. It was a very bright red before, just a little bit too bright. Like, it was even brighter than this. So it was like way brighter than this, actually. Let's get these out of the way. And even if you have aluminum, you can do something with it sometimes. You can't anodize aluminum simply like you can with titanium. It's pretty easy with titanium, but aluminum takes more knowledge and more tools and supplies. That's all. It can be done, but it takes a lot more trouble. But this was a black, very slippery anodized titanium. I'm sorry, anodized aluminum. And so I gave it this scratch pattern on here, and it's a little bit better for grip now. So this is the Kershaw Iridium. Pretty nice knife, although a little bit too flexible. You can waggle this blade back and forth a little bit too much, even when it's tightened properly. So let's see. Yeah, just a little bit too wimpy. So it's a great little, you know, box opener type knife, but it's not a heavy duty knife. It's never going to be. Here's some micarta that used to be a flat slab, and now it has a contoured shape to it. So it's kind of a fun thing I like to do, is reshape things like G10 or micarta when they're not the proper shape. This is a Sixleaf SL25, and it wasn't the proper shape when it was bought. So we had to reshape it and turn it into the right shape. I do not remember the name of this Best Tech. It is long discontinued, but it's super cool. I've started this project on this one, doing little dimples on it, and I need to finish it on this part. I think I started about a year ago and haven't got it finished yet. I need to get that done. It also has a blade trim. It used to be more like this, but it's just such a nice knife. I gotta actually get it finished up. If the fuller was a little deeper, that would be nice. It's not easy to reverse flick because of the fuller being a little shallow. Oh, this second choil here I added to. It used to be just up like this, but it just seemed like it needed one. I got to finish up that area too. So got a lot of work to be done on this one still. Sometime I will find the time to finish this guy because it's really nice. Here we have one of my favorite newer acquisitions, the Chris Reeve Umnumzan. This one has just a little bit of work in it. I just sanded these frag lines kind of directionally. The ones that go this way I scratch that way, and the ones that go this way I scratch that way. Now, otherwise this guy's pretty stock. I think I did a little work on the clip too. It was too long. Had that kind of a hook bill on it, and I took that off and sanded it and made it look a little nicer. Oh, it has the Jekyll to Hyde backspacer too. Definitely one of my favorite new knives. Now, it's not as fidgety as some of my other ones. You know, it only has, well, let's see if I can reverse flick it sometimes. Yeah, there you go. So it has two ways to open it. It has thumb opening or reverse flick. So, you know, it's not a one-trick pony. It's a two-trick pony. But it just feels so solid and so glassy smooth that you have to love it. This is a nice one I've gotten recently. The Sixleaf SL29. Ooh, that reminds me. Here's a little message from a guy you probably know.
LTK here. I was about to review the Sixleaf, and I got to looking at it, and I realized Prybar Knives has one of these. He did a review on. I liked it a lot, and I remembered he's about to hit 1,000 subscribers. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot. It's not a lot. That's a small number. But for someone with very little talent, it's pretty good. So congratulations, Pry-Bar Knives.
That was so nice, man. I so much appreciate that. And yeah, that was definitely actually him. It really was. It was not me at all. I don't know why anyone would say that. That's
It
weird.
sounded like you. Like exactly.
You don't have a voice analysis capability.
Yes, I do.
Where would you have gotten? Okay. Listen, go away. Didn't ask you for any help. Go. Forgot about this one. This one is one of my, even though it looks very similar to the original one. Oh, it has an added finger trailer right here. This one wasn't cut here until I did it. It looks very similar to the original one though, except for a little ano on the, that's just heat only ano on this backspacer and the titanium liners. This is a titanium liner lock. I don't have very many of those. It's unusual. And this one's super unusual because I did a cool thing to this that I'll just show you this one time here because it's not really out yet. So let's just listen to it. I don't know if you can hear that. Let's do one more time. Isn't that cool? Here's some other recent acquisitions. They're just all so good. There's so many good knives out there, man. So many good. Look at this one. My daughter gave me this one. It is so awesome. Look at the color in there. I think it's artificial mother of pearl. I have no idea really, but it's just looks so good. And it has a VG10 core Damascus blade. I just love this thing. It's so nice, man. Great action. These scales are a little thick. Wish I could, man, I'm scared to try to sand them down because I don't know if I'll be able to get that same polish back onto them. I might try with some like clear plastic first and see if I can bring back the original shine to it, because if I can, I might try to make these about half as thick as they are now because they're so thick. Some other recent acquisitions. Let's go through them real quick. One of my freaking grails. I freaking love it. This is the Bestech Togata. Just an amazing knife. We'll intersperse this little quick run through of these knives with some messages from people who, you know, just like the show. So they send in messages about us reaching our 1,000 subscriber goal, and then, you know, on to the 10,000s. The Togata has such a nice heavy blade that it's just drop, drop, drop shutty. Like you can't stop it from dropping. Even if it's on the detent stop right there, you can't double clutch it. It's just going to drop anyway. What about the Kaiser Assassin? Underrated knife, man. Just so nice. Such a great feel. The Titanium Assassin is amazing. I just got this one at the Smoky Mountain Knife Works. It's just so nice, man. This is S35VN and titanium. It is the Night Horse from Dirk Pinkerton. I met him at Blade Show a couple years ago, and when I bought, what was that one? It's a Kaiser Dirk Pinkerton design, the Escort. It's so nice. I don't have my Escort here, but I love my Escort. I will never get rid of my Escort. It's so nice. But the Night Horse is a crazy design, big gigantic thing. It's kind of in the same class as some of the big cold steel knives that are, you know, they're almost more entertainment than they are a real tool. Not that this isn't a fine tool, but it's like a 4.5-inch blade. It's gigantic. It's a tad bit awkward, but it's just a really cool knife. Great action. Another crazy design is the Huntsman from Kaiser. Just a great, incredible action. Pretty cool sound. The sound is growing on me. I didn't love it at first, but I'm starting to kind of like it a little bit. So, yeah, great knife, man. Now, this one is the best Civivi there is, the Civivi Vision. A Snex design. They had one for Wii. I haven't messed with the Wii one, but the Civivi version is amazing. You should grab the Civivi version. It's much cheaper. I think these are only 50 or 60 maybe for the base models, something like that. Great, great, great knife. What do those famous Hollywood types think of the Pry-Bar Knives news?
Did you see this? Pry-Bar Knives, he finally got 1,000 subscribers. It sure took him long enough.
Here's a sweet Twosun. I don't know how I got rust on it already. That's crazy. Probably from a... Oh, no, it's not rust. It just came right off. Probably tomato juice then or something like that. From cutting a tomato. Don't know. But it's M390, a Twosun TS300. TS300, if I remember right. It doesn't have the number on the blade. A lot of the newer Twosuns have the number on the blade, but that one does not. One of the best Kaisers that they make. The Militaw is just amazing. Great action. Super slicey blade. Comes down to a nice fine edge. Just all kinds of multiple deployments. Just an amazing, amazing knife. I like it so much I'm scared to modify it. I'd like to anodize it or something, but I can't even decide on what to do if I'm afraid of messing it up.
Nick here with another review and or EDC discussion. But before we get into that, I'd like to congratulate my fellow knife reviewer, Pry-Bar Knives. He's reached 1,000... Sorry, he's reached 1,000, a big old 1,000 subscribers. Good job, Pry-Bar Knives.
Look at this classic. This CRKT, it's called a tie raid because it's a Brian tie design. Pretty old school button lock. Kind of maybe one of the original button locks, I'm not sure. But definitely nice. One of my favorites. One of my favorite knives. I will never get rid of this one for sure. The Winter Blade Factor. I had one and it got stolen, and now I have this one. And it ain't getting stolen. Don't go out of my sight.
Greetings, knife connoisseurs. I'd like to congratulate Pry-Bar Knives on 1K subscribers. Good job.
And probably my favorite knife that I own. The Conigarius. Just crazy. Listen to that sound. It just sounds like technology. Like industry. Like perfection, like NASA. Such a great knife. Look at this guy. This is probably my prettiest knife. Let's clean it up a little bit. Look at this thing. Beautiful Damascus. This is a, just black on this side, obviously. This is a Concept Model 6 with the full Damascus on this side. Another amazing Twosun. The TS45. It's an older design that they brought back, and they should have brought it back because it's just so good, man. Just such a great feel, such a great slicey blade. Love this one. Look at this thing. That is an amazing knife. Another quiet carry. This is the quiet carry, the West. It's one of my well, it's my only real nice slip joints. Love this thing. Great backup knife, super slicey, hollow ground blade, CPM 20CV, just a great knife. What about the Devo? I love Devo. They make some cool stuff, man. Check out their stuff. They make amazing stuff. This is the Growler with the polished blade. Look at that thing. It's beautiful. Now this is one of my coolest knives, for sure. The Evo Typhoon from Sharp by Design. Just amazing, amazing action. Oh, it doesn't reverse flick very well, so I put this thumb stud on it, so you can reverse flick it with the thumb stud. The this little bit of titanium here doesn't quite let you get to that fuller in the blade, but the detent, the funky detent that Sharp by Design puts on these, it just has such a glass-like break. It's just amazing. So hopefully you appreciated some of these cool knives I showed you, and hopefully you appreciate the fact that all you got to do is say which of the two reviews that you like best. Do you like the TS 191 review best, or do you like the SL27 review best?
It's quite clear my review was more comprehensive.
Well, that's fair, Richard. I think you did a really good job. I think your review was a little more extensive.
And better.
Well, I didn't say it was better. I didn't say it was better, and I'm not picking favorites. So the viewers, the people who watch the channel can decide. It's not up to me. It's up to you guys. Which one is going to be the winner?
I think we know who the fans like best.
Whoever gets the most
That will be me.
comments saying that they did better as a reviewer, that's the winner. That's all I can do.
Then you can shut down Richard. Permanently.
Well, yes, and whoever the loser is, they do have to take a hiatus for a while. So, Kendra, if you win, Richard,
He's a dick.
I'll put the knife in the other hand. Kendra, if you win, Richard has to go on a little hiatus for a while.
I hope he gets a virus.
He's got to go away for a bit. And Richard, if you win, Kendra has to take a little vacation
The
for a bit.
viewers will make the right choice.
So, that's it for today, and
Vote for my review. This one. Richard's review blows.
comment below.
That's ridiculous. My review was superior in every
Watch
way.
the videos. The videos will be in the description. Look for the links in the description. Watch the videos. Comment below which one you like better and why. Make sure it's entertaining. Have a nice day.